Hello, good afternoon. I take this chance to welcome you to my channel, and this moment I will be speaking about the great but very important lessons we can learn from failure. And when I talk about failure, failure is one thing that no one wants to associate himself or herself with failure. But I would like to say this: experiencing a major failure is one of the worst times and periods and moments in life. If you will, if you feel yourself with negative energy, you will find yourself getting negative results. But failure fills you with negative emotions and leaves you feeling worthless. And this is why most people will do anything in their power to avoid failure, even if it means attempting nothing or not attempting anything in their lives. Even though failure has negative energy, it may also have positive energy. Experiencing failure can teach you great lessons that you may have not learned otherwise if you could have not failed. Many great people who have achieved great success, they once said they failed in one or twice, they failed once, twice, or thrice, or more than that. But I would like also to say this: the worst in the time you become a failure is the moment you stand against your failure and start blaming other people for your failure. But we have lessons we can learn from failure. And I would like to go to the first lesson. And the first lesson is that failure teaches you that success is never guaranteed. Why am I saying this? Many of the times we have sat down, we have really established and laid down the best plans. We have done whatever we could to prepare, but we never achieved the intended results. So that means that success isn't guaranteed at all times, and we need to be not a friend of failure, but we can be able to put into consideration failure, because failure can stop us from attempting anything new, because we have discovered that success is never guaranteed. But I'm telling you that for those of us who have experienced failure, understands very well that success is never guaranteed in everything, since sometimes failure happens due to factors outside our control. Why do you go through major failure When you go through major failures, you get to understand that things could go wrong despite the best effort and the best preparation. By knowing that failure is always a possibility, you learn not to let fear of failure hold you. I said once, and I don't think it's once or twice, but many times. Don't be a prisoner of fear, but come out of that prison and pursue your goals, regardless of how the dreams and everything might look like. Another thing under that failure I've discovered is one thing that has pushed most of us to go after our dreams. And failure has taught me that it's always good to keep trying until you get it right. This is what eventually leads to success. Try to achieve what you want. Don't be imprisoned in the prison of fear and fail to attempt or to try. Because failure is a sign that you tried. And a quote that I don't remember who said it, but it says this: success is moving from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Second thing, and the second lesson is that failure teaches you to embrace change. And we always say that the only constant thing in this world is change. So failure helps you to embrace change. When you go through a failure, this is basically the universe telling you that there is something you are not doing right. If you fail in college, in any exam, this failure could be telling you that you didn't pay attention to your studies. If your business fails, the failure could be telling you that there are some business factors you did not put into consideration. A quote said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different results. This means that to overcome your failure, you must change something about your approach. Note that your failure teaches you that the only way to overcome failure is to embrace change, is to try doing things in a different way. And I remember reading a story about one of the players, the basketball players. And this basketball player was told by one of his teachers that, as you know, basketball is played by tall people, but this was a short man. But he was told that he can't be able to play basketball. But he never gave up. He went and said, I can do it. So that tells you that failure can be a great source of motivation. We might have been told by other people that we can't do things, but failure has taught us that we can do it twice. We can do it. We can try and try and try to be what God created us to be and to achieve. Failure is the best source of motivation for people with the right mindset, with the right attitude. with the right mentality. And this, the story I've given about the basketball, and this was Michael Jordan, a basketball player in the United States. I don't know how many of us have tried to use our failures to achieve the best. You can learn to turn failure into a source of motivation. Let the pain of not achieving your goal push you to work harder until you achieve your dreams. Until you achieve your dreams. Let failure push you to that place. Failure is not the final thing in this world. And I will say this. The kinds of feeling that comes with failure, they're so disappointing. It's just not a good feeling, but it's not a good place to be. So we need to change the tactics and move on. The world has come. Failure doesn't mean that the world has come to an end. You don't have to complain and to demean yourself because you have failed. Some people have given up their entire life because they failed one thing. I'm here to tell you, failure is not the final thing you have. One thing we can learn from some of the successful people is that failure is not final. Always know that it is possible to overcome your failure and go on to achieve greater success than you and ever envisioned. By knowing you can fail and still pick up yourself brings up self-confidence, which is an important self-skill to success. Failure broadens your perspective. You find yourself thinking differently because you need to achieve what you are planning to achieve. Failure teaches you to stay humble. And humility is one of the best things, especially for those who have found themselves in high places. Failure teaches you that not every idea is worthy pursuing. Sometimes we fail because we pursued the wrong ideas, not because we didn't put our best effort. Always filter and conduct a thorough evaluation before acting on an idea, or on and only act on the ideas that look promising. Why am I saying this? Discovering one's purpose broadens and gives you a perspective, gives you a specific direction, and you'll tend to pursue ideas that are in line with your purpose in life. Not pursuing, I'm saying this, but that's not not all ideas are worthy pursuing. You are born to do only one thing in this world, not everything. You were not born to solve all the problems across the world, but one specific problem, and that's what you should pursue to solve. In conclusion, I will say this. Failure is painful experience that no one wants to go through. But truth is, failure is inevitable as long as you are attempting something new, e.g., pursuing your dreams, but all if you pay attention, failure can teach us valuable lessons. I tend to thank you for watching this video and for being part of Reuben Muinti channel and promotion. I thank you and I'm blessed to have you in this. Please go to the channel, click the subscribe button and click and subscribe, like the video, leave your comment, and the best thing are coming. Thank you so much, and may you have a blessed afternoon. Thank you so much.